Can James have any female friends?
No.
No.
Traditionally, you know, it's beat into your head a million times that if you can't provide for your wife or your spouse, then you don't deserve to have them.
James can't have female friends. Why? I don't know. I just found that very odd because, to be honest with you, that was literally them bouncing off of what Shekinah and Sarpa were talking about the fact that Shekinah made it abundantly clear that Sarpa can't have female friends. But then all of a sudden, you know, they asked that question and Tali's like, nope, we can't. Interesting. Very, very interesting because you never made that an issue throughout the season. Don't get me wrong. He was never in a position to be around women, but it's not like she ever really spoke about him not being away. It just felt too random. Let's just say that. And to be fair, even at the end of the season when she randomly said that, oh, if James goes back to the States without me, then he might cheat with me because a man needs what a man needs. I was like, that came out of nowhere because, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't you leave America to go to Indonesia before James actually came and followed you after? So you trusted him to stay in America whilst you went to Indonesia by yourself before he followed you. Right, okay. Yeah. Anyway, James is here talking about, you know, obviously he has the man and being brought up traditionally, you know. Of course, I've got to be in a position where I'm looking after my woman. Listen, I don't disagree with it, but it kind of just felt like that answer was a bit manufactured. Let's just say that. It doesn't really connect with me as if that's something that really relates to him like that. But to be fair though, if he is one of those people that feels the need to, you know, be the breadwinner, so therefore his woman doesn't have to work and X, Y, Z, maybe he does it because it gives him power over his woman. Because there's many people nowadays, the reason why they want to be the breadwinner is because they want to have power over their partner. Both men or women, to be honest with you. I mean, he's a creepy dude, so I wouldn't be surprised. But let's continue.
I'm like an emotional person. I don't even know why I cry. If I have a conversation and it just touches my heart, I immediately cry.
I feel like some of the situations you're not crying because of what's happening right then, but what's happening then is triggering something that's happened to you before.
Yes.
So the interesting part is here is, does she cry because of something that's happened to her in the past in another relationship? Or does she cry because of something that's happened in the past with James? So each time he does certain things that triggers an emotion of trauma, boom, she then claps back with a cry. Either way though, is that a good reason to cry? No. If she's crying due to if she cries any time when she's triggered by anything that James does because it reminds her of her past with James, clearly she needs to not be in this relationship, or they need to have some sort of therapy together, right? Or two, if it's just baggage from the past life, again, but then she needs to heal because putting that on her current partner is not fair to the slightest. But to be fair, I'm gonna go by awful women say that she cries maybe because she's triggered by something James has done in the past, because we have definitely seen James not be the most transparent person. We've seen him definitely play around with the way, you know, he words things. The way he words things, delivers things, you know, and the fact that he's just not fully transparent. So maybe it's something that he has done. And to be fair, so far he hasn't exactly proven to be a man of his word in anything. He's literally broke every single thing that he promised her parents. You know what I mean? So that says a whole lot of things about him too.
Exactly. That's
Why didn't you try to get to know James?
Do I need to?
What kinds of things would you like to know about him?
Nothing.
Imagine somebody's going out with your sister. Somebody actually married your sister, and you're saying that you don't want to know a single thing about the person that has married your sister. More importantly, you don't want to know a single thing about somebody that is taking your sister to a whole other country. The math is not mathing.
What did I do?
Nothing. Just be you.
If you have a family member like this that's affecting your relationship, you have to cut them off.
Tatha, you never...
For me personally, that's what I would do. I can't have the energy around me. Unless you're showing me a good reason of why I should be on your side, because you're seeing something that I don't see in my relationship, fair enough. But if you're not giving me anything of why you are the way you are, well, then it looks like you got to bounce. And if I am making a mistake, I guess I got to make it and learn through it myself, because you're not doing me any favors by just saying things with no evidence. No, not even that. Saying things so far that you have to make up things about him. Sad life.
told James that he was supposed to ask your sister's permission.
I did tell him.
I didn't ask because there was already animosity, because she'd already spread the lies by that point, correct?
Exactly.
She made Angela ever apologize for like the lies she's made up about you?
She did apologize to him.
So let me get this straight. James was supposed to ask sister permission if he can marry or proposed to Natalia, despite the fact that she'd already lied about James. And James is even... Okay, hold up. Hold on a minute.
She made Angel ever apologize for like the lies she's made up about
She
you?
did apologize to him twice.
I don't know if these apologies... Well, I guess apologies happened, but I'm guessing these apologies just wasn't sincere enough for James to believe it. Who knows?
And like the next morning, I already could feel like she's already like right back to the old ways or whatnot.
Ah, that's what happened. She apologized, and then the next day she went back to being herself. So basically, the apologies was never genuine. Listen, at the end of the day, I would not see myself I would not want to ask someone's permission who doesn't like me. And if I can't ask the person's permission who doesn't like me, maybe I just don't need to be in that relationship. I don't know. It's a very interesting situation. Situation I've never been in, and I wish to never be in.
You because I'm getting married with Tatha. That's the thing that I really want to hear from him.
If I had asked you, you'd have just been like, no, yourself.
Try though.
It is follow the culture.
The question is this: is it for the culture to lie about your sister's current partner? Is that for the culture too? It's for the culture to ask me, but is it for the culture for you to try and break down my character? Like, come on now. Let's bring that same energy into this as well.
Angel.
The big question for Chan, do you really love my sister?
Yes, I love Tatha with all my heart.
I don't know why the sister's asking that question, because it's not like she's gotten to know James. She has no reason to doubt him because she doesn't know who he is. If she had gotten to know him and then she wanted to doubt him, it would make a whole lot of sense because she'd have evidence behind it. But as we know, she has evidence over nothing. It's nothing but jealousy, isn't it? Really and truly.
That's why you didn't tell the truth that you don't want to have a kid in the beginning.
I will still gonna be with him because I marry him. Am I gonna be hurt? Of course, because I want to have a kid. Fully or genuinely not.
I do apologize for the yawning, but hey, can you blame me? Okay, listen, did James lie about the whole kid thing? I don't know. But one thing that we do know is that James is never a man of his word. That's just that. You know, maybe at the beginning he was sincere about wanting to have a child, but then he changed his mind, like he said, due to COVID and people changing. Maybe that is the truth, but it doesn't change the fact that anything that James says, he just simply cannot live up to it. And that is always going to be a massive issue. And I don't know why Natalia isn't recognizing that, or at least acknowledging it. I feel like she probably does acknowledge it within her emotions. And that's why she's so easy triggered to cry all the time. Because she's like, oh, here we go again. James is breaking his word again. Da 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 da. So I feel like she knows it deep down that this guy ain't shiz. But she's sticking around regardless. Maybe she's got a lot of self-worth issues.
Not ready to be a parent. Maybe someday he will. Who knows? He can change. People can change.
Staying with someone with the hope that they may give you kids one day is ludicrous. Absolutely ludicrous. Because what happens if you end up having a kid with him and he doesn't even want that kid? He has it because you want it, and then he looks at that kid as if it's like his worst enemy. Then what? This is not healthy.
It's already in process. Tatha wouldn't come until I started the process. It had to be started because she didn't trust me to start it when she got here. As soon as she's here, every day is going to be, how can I save my marriage?
I mean, listen, to be fair, he probably had to do it because it was something that he had to prove that he can actually do, because this guy's never a man of his word. So he was probably in that position where he's like, oh, F it, I'm going to have to apply for this. But hey, if you're worried that the second that she arrives, your relationship is going to be pretty much like in a struggle, you got a lot of thinking to do, buddy. A lot of thinking to do about what do you want to do moving forward. Because you definitely cannot avoid the inevitable. But nonetheless, though, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. We'll talk about it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.